My beloved child, don't scroll. This message didn't find you by accident. If these words have appeared before your eyes today, heaven has arranged this very moment for a reason. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear is connected to someone whose heart has been silently calling your name. Your soulmate is crying tears of joy right now, not because they have already found you, but because heaven has finally answered the prayer. They whispered when no one else was listening. They had almost given up. They wondered if true love was only meant for other people. Night after night, they looked toward heaven asking, "Will I ever meet the one you created for me?" There were moments when silence was the only answer they received, yet they continued to hope. Even when disappointment surrounded them, they refused to let their faith completely disappear. What they didn't know was that while they were praying, heaven had already begun moving invisible pieces into place. Every delay had a purpose. Every closed door was protecting both of you from meeting at the wrong time. The pain you experienced, and the heartbreak they carried, were never meaningless. They were preparing two hearts that could finally recognize each other without fear. Your soulmate has recently felt something impossible to explain. Their spirit has become unusually peaceful. Their heart races for no obvious reason. They keep feeling that someone is getting closer, even though they don't know your face yet. This isn't coincidence. Heaven is allowing their soul to sense what their eyes cannot yet see. They may have even cried recently while praying, and those tears were not tears of sadness anymore. They became tears of hope because deep inside, they felt God whisper, "Your waiting season is almost over." My child, the same heaven that comforted them is now speaking to you. Do not lose faith because the timing feels slow. What is being prepared is far greater than anything impatience could create. The connection between you and your soulmate is not being built on temporary emotions. It is being established through divine purpose. Before your paths cross, heaven is removing hidden obstacles, healing old wounds, breaking unhealthy attachments, and closing chapters that no longer belong in your future. There are conversations happening in the spiritual realm that you cannot hear, but they are changing everything. Angels are working where human eyes cannot see. Doors are opening without announcements. Answers are arriving before questions are even asked. And the miracle your heart has quietly longed for is drawing nearer than you realize. Don't stop listening, because the next part of this message reveals the incredible sign your soulmate received that made them believe heaven had finally answered their prayer. My beloved child, the sign your soulmate received was unlike anything they had experienced before. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It arrived quietly, yet it touched the deepest part of their soul. One ordinary day, while they were trying to move on with life, an unexpected peace settled over them. The heaviness they had carried for so long suddenly began to lift. They couldn't explain why they smiled. Without a reason or why hope returned after so many disappointments. At that very moment, heaven was reminding them that their prayer had never been forgotten. They even began noticing small confirmations everywhere they went. A meaningful verse appeared at exactly the right time. A conversation with a stranger encouraged them in ways they never expected. A dream felt so real that they woke up believing something wonderful was about to happen. Again and again they asked themselves, why do I suddenly feel like my future has changed? The answer was simple. Heaven had already begun preparing the path that leads to you. My child. While your soulmate has been receiving these quiet signs, you have also been changing without realizing it. The person you were a year ago is not the person you are today. The struggles you survived built strength inside you. The loneliness that once seemed unbearable taught you compassion. The disappointments that almost broke your heart were shaping the character you will carry into this divine connection. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear, every delay, every unanswered question has been part of a greater plan. Your soulmate has reached the point where they no longer ask heaven, when will I meet them? Instead, they have started saying, I trust your timing. That simple change of heart opened a new season. Faith replaced fear. Peace replaced anxiety. Hope replaced disappointment. And when heaven saw that trust, new doors began opening faster than they ever imagined. Even now they feel drawn toward places they have never visited before. They feel inspired to make decisions that seem ordinary, yet those choices are quietly leading them closer to you. What neither of you can see is that your lives are moving toward the same destination. Every step is bringing the distance between your hearts a little closer. The day of your meeting has already been written by the one who sees the end from the beginning. Stay with this message, because in the next part you will discover the powerful reason heaven delayed this connection for so long, and why that delay is about to become your greatest blessing. That my beloved child, you have wondered many times why this connection did not happen sooner. There were days when you questioned the silence. There were nights when you wondered if heaven had forgotten the desires hidden inside your heart. But listen carefully, because this truth has the power to change the way you see every delay you have ever faced. If you and your soulmate had met too early, the weight of your past would have overshadowed the beauty of your future. Both of you were carrying wounds that needed healing before your hearts could safely hold the blessing heaven had prepared. Your soulmate was learning how to trust again after promises had been broken. You were learning how to recognize genuine love instead of chasing temporary comfort. Heaven was not keeping you apart to punish you. Heaven was protecting what is too precious to lose. While you were waiting, invisible battles were being fought on your behalf. Doors that looked perfect were quietly closed, because they would have led you away from your true purpose. People who seemed important slowly disappeared because they were never meant to walk into your next season. Even the disappointments that made you cry were rescuing you from futures that would have stolen your peace. My child, your soulmate has recently realized this truth as well. They no longer regret every heartbreak because they finally understand that each ending was guiding them toward the beginning that truly belongs to them. They have thanked heaven for prayers that were never answered because they now believe something greater is coming. Their heart has become softer. Their faith has become stronger. And every day they feel an unexplainable excitement growing inside them, as if their spirit already knows that a life-changing encounter is closer than ever before. You may not know their name yet, and they may not know yours, but your souls are already moving toward the same promise. The timing is no longer controlled by fear, confusion, or human plans. It is being directed by the one who never makes mistakes. Every sunrise brings you one step closer. Every unexpected change is positioning you exactly where you need to be. Heaven is arranging details you could never arrange on your own. The people you meet, the places you go, the decisions you make in the coming days may seem ordinary, but they are becoming part of an extraordinary story that has been written long before either of you were aware of it. So do not lose hope if everything has not happened yet. The greatest miracles often remain invisible until the very moment they appear. Your soulmate's tears of joy were only the beginning. Heaven has already spoken, and what has been spoken cannot be taken away. Stay until the next part, because I will reveal the unexpected event that is about to happen in your soulmate's life, an event that will bring both of your paths closer than ever before. My beloved child, pay close attention, because the next chapter of this journey has already begun unfolding. Even though neither you nor your soulmate can fully see it yet, an unexpected event is about to enter your soulmate's life, and at first it may appear to be nothing more than an ordinary change. It could be a new opportunity, an invitation they almost decline, a conversation they never planned to have, or a decision that seems small in the moment. But heaven often hides extraordinary miracles inside ordinary moments. Your soulmate has no idea that this single step is quietly leading them closer to you. Every detail has been arranged with perfect wisdom. Nothing is random. Nothing is out of place. The same God who hears every whispered prayer also directs every step of those who trust Him. My child, there have been times when you believed your story had fallen behind everyone else's. You watched people move forward while your own prayers seemed unanswered. But heaven was never comparing your journey to theirs. Your path was designed differently because your purpose is different. The blessing that is coming into your life requires a stronger foundation than what you could see. That is why the waiting season became longer than you expected. It was never wasted time. It was preparation. Even now, your soulmate is beginning to let go of the final fears that once held them back. They are releasing old memories that no longer belong in their future. They are forgiving people who hurt them, not because those people deserved it, but because their heart is making room for something far greater. Every act of healing is creating space for the love heaven has prepared. You may also notice changes within yourself. Desires that once consumed your attention are fading. Peace is replacing confusion. Your spirit is becoming more sensitive to God's direction. These are not coincidences. They are signs that both of you are entering the same season at the same time. Heaven is synchronizing your lives with perfect precision. There are moments when your soulmate suddenly stops and feels overwhelmed with gratitude without knowing why. They smile through tears because deep inside they sense that the answer they have waited for is no longer far away. They have whispered, "Thank you, God. I don't know what you're doing, but I know you're doing something beautiful." And heaven has answered with quiet assurance. Keep walking. You're closer than you think. My beloved child, never underestimate what God can accomplish in a single moment. One unexpected meeting, one simple message, one ordinary day can become the beginning of the testimony you will tell for years to come. What seemed impossible yesterday can become reality tomorrow because God's timing is never late. Continue listening, because in the next part you will discover the powerful confirmation heaven is about to place before both you and your soulmate, a sign so undeniable that neither of you will be able to ignore what God is doing. My beloved child, the confirmation you have been waiting for is much closer than you realize. Heaven does not leave those who trust in uncertainty forever. There comes a moment when faith is rewarded with undeniable evidence. And that moment is drawing near. Your soulmate is beginning to notice that the same message keeps appearing in different ways. The same feeling returns during quiet moments. The same hope refuses to disappear, no matter how many times they try to convince themselves that nothing is changing. This is not their imagination. It is my spirit gently preparing their heart for what is coming next. Every prayer they once believed had disappeared into silence has been safely held in my hands. Not a single tear has been forgotten. Not one whispered cry has gone unheard. I have counted every sleepless night, every moment of loneliness, every silent battle they fought when no one else knew they were hurting. And now, those tears are being transformed into joyful expectation. My child, I have also been watching over you. Even during the days when you felt invisible, my eyes never left your path. When doors closed unexpectedly, I was protecting your future. When people walked away, I was making room for those who truly belong in your life. What felt like rejection was often my redirection. What looked like delay was my divine preparation. Your soulmate has recently begun thanking me for blessings they cannot yet see. That kind of faith moves heaven in powerful ways. They no longer pray from a place of fear but from a place of trust. They believe that I am writing a story far more beautiful than anything they could imagine. Because of that trust, peace has entered their heart in a way they have never experienced before. They are no longer chasing what is not meant for them. Instead, they are quietly walking toward the promise I have prepared. And with every step they take, they are unknowingly drawing closer to you. My beloved child, do not allow doubt to steal your expectation now. The enemy always whispers the loudest just before a breakthrough, hoping you will give up moments before the miracle appears. But I tell you today, stand firm. Continue believing even when you cannot yet see the full picture. The story I am writing for you is not ending in disappointment. It is leading toward restoration, joy, and a connection that has been covered by my hand from the very beginning. Soon, what has only existed in prayer will begin to appear in reality. The distance between you and your soulmate is becoming smaller. With every passing day, the tears they once cried in loneliness are becoming tears of gratitude. Because heaven has finally answered. Stay with this message, because in the next part one will reveal the surprising moment when your paths begin to align, and the hidden reason your first connection will feel as though your souls have known each other forever. My beloved child, the moment your paths begin to align will not feel ordinary. It will carry a peace that cannot be explained by logic alone. When the time I have appointed finally arrives, there will be something familiar about your connection. You may wonder why your heart feels calm instead of anxious. Why your spirit recognizes a comfort that your mind cannot explain. That is because I have been preparing both of your hearts long before your eyes were ever meant to meet. The love I am bringing into your life is not built on chance. It is built on purpose. Your soulmate has reached a place where they no longer desire relationships that are based only on appearances or temporary emotions. They have asked me for something real, something lasting, something that reflects my peace instead of confusion. I heard that prayer, and I have been shaping you with that same desire. The lessons you have learned through loss, the strength you gained through waiting, and the wisdom that came through your struggles are all becoming part of the foundation of this future connection. My child, there are still a few final pieces falling into place. There are conversations that must happen, decisions that must be made, and doors that must quietly close before the next chapter can fully begin. Do not mistake this final season of waiting as another delay. It is the finishing touch of my perfect plan. Just as an artist carefully completes every detail before revealing the masterpiece, I am completing every detail before revealing what I have prepared for you. Your soulmate has begun to feel an unusual excitement that comes without explanation. Sometimes they stop in the middle of their day and simply smile. Sometimes they look toward the sky and whisper, "Thank you, God. I know you're doing something I cannot yet see." Those words rise to heaven like a beautiful offering of faith. Their tears of joy are no longer caused by longing alone. They are caused by expectation. Deep within their spirit, they know that the answer is no longer far away. They sense that someone is walking toward them, even though they cannot yet see your face. And I tell you today that feeling has been placed there by me. My beloved child, refuse to let fear convince you that you have missed your moment. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You are exactly where I need you to be. Every step you have taken has been watched over by my hand. Every delay has served a purpose. Every disappointment has protected a greater blessing. Soon, what has only existed in your prayers will become part of your testimony. The day is coming when you will look back and realize that every unanswered question, every lonely night, and every difficult season was leading you toward this very promise. Keep listening. Because in the next part 1 will reveal the powerful blessing that heaven is preparing to release. When you and your soulmate finally come together, and why this meeting will change far more than just your own lives. My beloved child, when the day finally comes that you and your soulmate stand face to face, you will realize that this meeting was never only about two people falling in love. It has always been about two lives coming together to fulfill a purpose far greater than either of you could have imagined. The blessing I have prepared is not limited to happiness alone. It will bring healing where there was once pain, hope where there was once despair, and peace where fear once ruled. Together, you will encourage one another to keep trusting me, even when life becomes difficult. The storms that once made you feel alone will no longer have the power to shake your faith, because I will be at the center of your journey. Your soulmate has been thanking me with tears because they feel my promise growing stronger each day. They have whispered, Lord, if this is truly from you, I will wait as long as it takes. Those words have not gone unnoticed. Heaven honors patient faith. Every moment they chose to trust instead of complain became another step toward the miracle they have been praying for. My child, I want you to understand something that many people never realize. The greatest blessings often arrive after the greatest tests. That is why your waiting season felt so heavy. The enemy hoped you would lose hope just before the breakthrough. He wanted you to believe that your prayers were forgotten, that your future had been delayed forever, and that true love would never find you. But he could not stop what I have already spoken over your life. No force on earth can cancel a promise that has been established by my hand. Even now, I am arranging moments that neither of you could ever plan on your own. A simple decision, an unexpected invitation, a change in schedule, or a conversation that seems completely ordinary may become the very event that brings your paths together. You will look back and realize that I was guiding every step with perfect precision. Nothing will be accidental. Every detail will reveal my faithfulness. So, refuse to let fear steal your expectation. Refuse to let disappointment silence your faith. Lift your eyes above what you can currently see, because I am working beyond the limits of your understanding. The tears your soulmate is crying today are no longer tears of loneliness, they are tears of gratitude because they can feel my answer drawing near. And soon, you too will understand why I asked you to keep believing when everything around you seemed silent. Hold on a little longer, my beloved child. The story is not ending with waiting, it is about to begin with fulfillment. Stay until the final part, because I will reveal the beautiful promise heaven wants both you and your soulmate to remember forever, along with the life-changing blessing that is about to unfold before your eyes. My beloved child, this is the promise I want you to carry in your heart from this day forward. What I have prepared for you cannot be stolen by delay, destroyed by fear, or replaced by anything the world offers. My plans are greater than your worries, and my timing is more perfect than your expectations. Your soulmate's tears of joy are a reminder that I am always working, even when you cannot see my hand. The prayer they whispered in secret has reached heaven, and the prayer you have carried silently has also been heard. I have never forgotten either of you. I have been writing your story with wisdom, love, and purpose from the very beginning. Soon, what has only lived in faith will become something your eyes can finally witness. You will understand why certain doors closed. You will understand why certain people left. You will understand why I asked you to keep trusting me through every lonely season. One day you will look back and say, now I see why God made me wait. The waiting was never empty. It was filled with unseen miracles, divine protection, and preparations that only heaven could accomplish. Your soulmate is entering this new season with a grateful heart, believing that my promise is closer than ever before. They are no longer crying because they feel forgotten. They are crying because they sense that my answer is already on its way. And I tell you today, remain faithful. Keep your heart free from bitterness. Walk in love. Choose forgiveness over resentment, faith over fear, and hope over doubt. The miracle I have prepared will arrive at the perfect moment, and when it does, no one will be able to deny that my hand was upon your life. Let this message remind you that I am the author of beautiful beginnings, unexpected restorations, and impossible breakthroughs. Your story is not ending in heartbreak. It is moving toward joy, peace, and a future filled with my goodness. Keep believing, because the best chapter has not been written yet. If this message spoke to your heart, take a moment to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and stay connected for more faith-filled messages that strengthen your spirit. And before you leave, write, I trust God's perfect timing, in the comments as a declaration of faith. May God's peace surround you, His wisdom guide you, and His unfailing love lead every step of your journey. Amen.